everybody, it's Deb from D&D Art Gallery. Hope you all had a good weekend. Today I have a 12 by 12 cradled birch painted panel. The back is prepared with tape and push pins as normal, and I'm going to do a resin painting today. And I've given this cradled birch panel a thin layer of paint for a base coat, and I've used the DecoArt Tropical Blue, very thin coat, and I've let it dry. And then I've mixed my resin. My base coat, my resin base coat will be Perfect Pigment Ultramarine Blue, so I've made enough to cover that. And then I'm going to be decorating this resin painting with all of these different colors. And to save some time on the video, I've gone ahead and mixed some of these up. The only one I didn't mix, because I did want to show you how to mix this, is it's the metallic ice blue. So I have about an ounce of the resin in each one of these little cups. And you don't want to add more than 1/10 of your pigment or your additive, your color, your paint, whatever you're going to use. Not more than 1/10 of the total of the liquid in there. And I'm also going to use the Jacquard Pinata Baja Blue. I'm going to add that in there. Okay. And you mix it good. And with resin, you kind of have to work a little bit faster than with normal paint because it does start to set up. So I will go through all of my colors here quick. That's pretty good. Okay, I have copper, and I'm using Delta Cream Coat copper, but I've also added alcohol ink copper, and also I've given it a shake of the Iridescent Copper Penny. The green I'm using is Perfect Pigment Dark Green, and I've also given it a little bit of the Marabu alcohol ink aqua green. I've used Perfect Pigment Magenta and given it a squirt of the Marabu Magenta alcohol ink. And again, the blue is the DecoArt Metallic Ice Blue with the Jacquard Pinata Baja Blue. For my white, I used Golden Iridescent Pearl, and I did give it a little bit of the Jacquard Pinata Blanco or white. And I also have, by Marabu, they make one called Rainbow that's got sparklies in it. So it's pretty much clear, but it has sparklies. So I thought, why not? We'll give it a little bit of that. And I also added in my white something called Cast and Craft that will bring out cells. So you can see it does change the viscosity a little bit of the white. It's a little bit thicker than the other colors. I'll show you a little bit thicker. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to put my base coat down. And I think I made way too much paint up for this, but better too much than not enough. And I'm just going to spread it all out. And again, this is the Perfect Pigment Ultramarine Blue. And I can let it go over the sides. I have my sides taped. These wood panels have a little bit of a lip on the side, and what I did is I taped up to that lip. And so when, by tomorrow, about 24 hours, I'll go and I'll remove that tape. And I will let this run over the sides because I want that lip to be covered with the resin. Earlier today, I wanted to make sure that I felt confident enough to do one of these paintings for you. So I did quite a big one. It was an 18 by 24 and it turned out very nice. Similar colors, but I did not use a magenta on the one that I did this morning. Just make sure that I get all this base covered. And if you have not worked with resin before, please use gloves. It's very, very sticky. Very messy to work with, but definitely wear those gloves. Easier cleanup that way. Okay, I'm just going to go around the sides and make sure I have that lip covered. Feels pretty good. Okay. And now I'm going to torch to get out any air bubbles, and this will heat it up a little bit too. If you heat up your resin a little bit, it'll move a little easier also. I think I'm going to put a little bit more in the middle here. Just make sure I have it nice and thick in there. And when this dries, it's just beautiful. It's very shiny. If you've ever seen a resined picture, very shiny on top. Get out all the air bubbles. Okay, now I'm going to use my heat gun, and we're going to heat it up, heat the paint up a little bit. You can see it moving a little bit. Okay, and now we're going to put our colors down. And let's start with the dark green. And I'm not going in for any specific pattern or anything, just like an abstract painting is what I'm going for. I'll leave a little bit of paint in each one of the bottoms of these cups in case I want to go back and add a little bit here and there later. This is the magenta. I'm going to add this metallic blue, and I'm hoping it has enough of a difference than the base coat I used that we'll be able to see it. And now the copper. And this copper is what really adds to these paintings. Really gives it a pop. I'm going to save the white, not put it on quite yet. Torch some more, get the air bubbles out. You don't want to get your torch so close that you burn your paint though. And now I'm going to use my heat gun. Okay, now I'm going to add my white. And I did tell you this is a 12 by 12 and the edges are 1 inch deep on this wood panel. Okay, let's start with this much white torch. Maybe a little bit more through the middle. And I think I'm going to add the rest of my copper right away too. Just love that copper in there. Okay, give another quick torch here. You do want to make sure you get all those air bubbles out so this resin can dry nice and flat. Okay, I'm just going to take a look at it here a minute. I'm going to add just a little bit more white in a few areas. Maybe a little bit more green. Give it a little torch. Okay, heat gun. Okay, and I'm going to torch it again, and this is when you want to look very close at your surface to see if you have any dust in there, anything that catches your eye. You'd want to remove it now before the paint sets up. Sometimes you can just push it down and let the paint cover it also. But other than that one little spot, looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to, I'll clean off the bottoms here a little bit. Well, I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, that tape will be removed after about 24 hours. So let me get you down for a close-up. See what you think. And I will show you this picture after it is completely dry, so you can get the full effect of it. This is the upper left-hand corner. You can really see that shiny copper in there. So pretty. That's the lower left corner. It's the upper right corner. And the lower left corner. And I'm very pleased with how this turned out. It's very colorful. So let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Share. Ring the bell so you can be notified the next time I post a video. And until next time, take care, everybody. Bye.